Imagine a scenario. A man meets a woman who not only sparks his interest, but also awakens feelings he has never experienced before. At first, he is confident and in control of the situation, but suddenly something changes. This woman, instead of desperately trying to hold on to him, calmly lets him go, without reproaches or drama. In this calm and powerful gesture, something primal awakens. A spark ignites in the man's heart, an impulse from the depths of his subconscious, inexplicably drawing him to her. Louise Hay, known for her transformative view on inner strength and self-healing, emphasized that all changes begin in the mind. It is from this point of view that we can understand how detachment, far from indifference, becomes a magnetic force. In a world where everyone strives for attention and approval, a woman radiating emotional freedom and not seeking to hold anyone back becomes a rare and desirable phenomenon. A man sees in such a woman not just a means of seduction, but a manifestation of a psychological and symbolic principle. Mystery and independence awaken true desire. This is not about emotional manipulation, but about something more profound. At the heart of it all lies the structure of the human mind. Louise Hay argued that thoughts shape reality, and when a woman acts from inner strength, not begging for love, she resets her energy, which affects those around her, especially men. Think for a moment. How often have you witnessed a man losing his mind over a woman who seemingly made no effort to conquer his heart? A woman who, even from a distance, maintained an almost hypnotic influence over him. Do you consider this a mere coincidence? Or is there something more to it? Some hidden dynamic? What you are about to discover has the power to fundamentally change your understanding of relationships. Perhaps the real secret to making a man truly fall in love lies not in obsessive pursuit, not in striving to please and win his favor, not in demonstrating your love with every message, but in allowing him, of his own free will, to experience this feeling in an atmosphere of freedom. Sounds paradoxical, doesn't it? After all, our entire culture, and indeed our own thoughts, push us in the opposite direction, to insist, to appease, to prove our worth. But this is where a powerful truth comes into play. The more we try to control love, the further we move away from its true essence. Louise Hay spoke of the power of letting go, of the ability to free ourselves from the need to control what is beyond our control. In love, this principle becomes crucial, because when we force the development of a relationship, we interfere in a process that is inherently organic and mysterious. By providing a man with the space to miss you, to freely project his desires, you activate a fascinating psychological mechanism. His mind, faced with the emptiness of your absence, begins to fill it with images, emotions, and thoughts about you. It is at this moment that the real magic happens. It is not your constant presence that ignites the fire of passion, but your ability to remain unforgettable in moments of separation. When persistent messages intrude on personal space, trying to artificially stir up interest or prove your attractiveness, the magic of the moment evaporates. Predictability kills charm, and accessibility turns the desired into the mundane. True attraction grows not from obsessive pursuit, but from a special presence, the presence of a woman confident in her strength and self-sufficiency. She does not resort to games and pretense, does not use cheap tricks, but simply recognizes her uniqueness. Louise Hay argued that a person who knows their own worth and does not need external approval radiates a special energy that men feel on a subconscious level. They are drawn as if by a magnet to something incomprehensible, to a mystery that they want to unravel. They fall in love not with submissiveness, but with a woman who, by her very appearance, demonstrates a depth worthy of discovery. Letting go of the situation is not a sign of weakness, but a silent manifestation of self-confidence, a demonstration that you do not need to control someone else's choice. This gesture reveals a strength that attracts men. By focusing on personal growth and abandoning control, you become an unforgettable person. True love blossoms on the soil of freedom, not in the dungeon of emotional dependence. Remember the people who possess natural magnetism, attracting attention without effort. The secret of their attraction is simple. They do not need attention because they are already filled with inner harmony. It is precisely such a genuine presence that can transform fleeting acquaintances into unforgettable love stories. Today, we will uncover secrets capable of transforming your personal life by delving into its very essence. We will explore what truly awakens deep, sincere, and lasting affection in a man. This is not a set of tricks or empty promises, but something far more powerful, an inner energy emanating from you. When a woman radiates inner harmony and demonstrates confidence without needing self-praise, something remarkable happens in the mind of the man observing her. Without a word, she sends a silent yet highly persuasive message. I don't need to hold on to you to realize my worth. This genuine, sincere energy cannot be imitated, and it is what ignites a real, unfeigned desire that cannot be artificially induced. Louise Hay, known for her work on the power of positive thinking, often spoke about the influence of our beliefs on how others perceive us. If you genuinely believe in your self-sufficiency, that you don't need to chase anyone to deserve love, your inner vibration changes, and this transformation has a noticeable impact on the external world. Human attraction follows certain subconscious patterns deeply rooted in our psyche. When a person feels they have the freedom to choose without any pressure, their mind opens up. They begin to explore possibilities and make plans for the future, and it is in this mental space, free from intrusive demands, that true feeling can arise. This is not magic, but pure emotional psychology. The main secret of attraction lies in the ability to remain an enigma, to allow the other person space to reflect on you, to miss you, and imagine how good it would be to be with you. When a man is not rushed into a decision, his inner world begins to work in your favor, like a mysterious ally. He delves into thought, feels your absence, and begins to truly realize your worth. And here lies the charm of the situation. It is not a clever manipulation of feelings, but the creation of fertile ground where love blossoms naturally and sincerely. By not trying to control his thoughts and not filling the silence with empty words, you give your presence a special power. It becomes real, valuable, and unforgettable. Imagine a butterfly gently landing on your palm. Any sudden movement will scare it away. The same happens with desire. If a man feels pressure, a sense of urgency, or an attempt to hold on to him, resistance arises in his soul. But when he feels the freedom to choose, he approaches of his own accord, not out of compulsion, but out of deep inner desire. Louise Hay, in her wise guidance, reminds us that believing in oneself is one of the bravest acts we are capable of. Letting go, in this context, does not mean surrendering or losing, but possessing the confidence that true feelings will always find their way back. And this applies to love as well. Deep down, each of us strives for the feeling that we made a choice consciously, not under pressure, and that the love we give is born from sincere desire, not from a sense of duty. When a man is genuinely interested, there is no need to chase or persuade him. His actions speak louder than any promises, because true love does not need loud words. It manifests in consistency, in everyday gestures, and in the spontaneous desire to be near. Pay attention to the details, for it is in them that the truth lies. An emotionally involved man does not forget the little things. He notices nuances that others overlook. He will ask if you arrived safely, not out of politeness, but because it is genuinely important for him to know. He will remember a funny story you told him one evening because he is already emotionally connected to you, because your presence, in and of itself, has become for him not just an option, but a privilege he values. And in this lies the key to success. When a person feels that your company is not a burden, but a valuable gift, then you are at the very center of the real game of attraction. Ultimately, as Louise Hay reminds us, true feelings manifest not in loud statements, but in small acts performed with consistency. And when you realize this with all your heart, you will understand that you no longer need to run after anyone, because you yourself have become the person to whom others aspire of their own volition. The true value of a person is manifested not in ostentatious actions, but in the aura they radiate daily. As Louise Hay wisely noted, the human mind responds more sensitively to energy than to words. Therefore, when evaluating a man, it is important to listen to your feelings when you are near him. Genuine love manifests not in promises, but in emotional nourishment. Sincere affection manifests in consistent, genuine gestures of care, born not from a sense of duty, but from the depths of the heart. It is a spontaneous dance of souls in emotional harmony. This profound connection arises not from a need for control or a pursuit of perfection, but from authenticity. Natural magnetism has nothing to do with rigid rules or conforming to others' expectations. It lies in self-acceptance, in loving oneself without reservations or embellishments. Impeccable appearances or rehearsed phrases may attract attention momentarily, but it is authenticity that leaves an indelible mark. When a man encounters a woman who doesn't hide behind masks, doesn't seek approval, but is confident in herself and her truth, something resonates within him. It's an ancient call, an inner force that compels him to draw closer not out of need, but out of admiration. This awakens in the male subconscious an archetypal desire to be near, not because of a deficiency, but because of admiration. The first step to awakening this energy is self-discovery. Ask yourself, what makes me unique? What do I love about myself beyond physical attractiveness? Louise Hay emphasized that transformation begins with inner dialogue. When you stop comparing yourself to others and begin to value your individuality, a profound shift occurs. Your energy increases, and this cannot be faked. It's a subtle but unmistakable vibration that the subconscious of others instantly picks up, as if recognizing the truth it has been unconsciously seeking. When you stop looking for someone to fill your void and become a source of self-sufficiency, you move to a new level of attraction. Achieving inner wholeness frees you from the obsessive need for approval and allows you to build relationships based on authenticity. When you realize your self-sufficiency, your connections with others become genuine and deep. The secret of attractiveness lies not in concealing your true essence, but in knowing how to intrigue, allowing another person to independently discover your personality. The desire to control every aspect of the interaction, filling all the space, deprives the partner of the opportunity to show interest, explore, and desire. It is in an atmosphere of freedom that true attraction blossoms. Maintain the fire of desire by leaving room for curiosity and discovery, avoiding excessive predictability. In this subtle game of seduction, the power lies not in eloquence, but in the ability to live in the present moment. A genuine connection arises not from carefully planned actions, but from spontaneously experiencing the moment. Laugh, listen, share your thoughts and feelings without trying to impress or achieve a specific result. Release the fear of judgment and simply enjoy the flow of life, and you will feel your energy become irresistible. True seduction is not manipulation and mind games, but a natural manifestation of your inner essence. When you are in harmony with yourself, your presence becomes attractive, and you don't need to make extra efforts to attract attention. Magnetism arises on its own. The secret of an unforgettable personality lies in the ability to balance two key energies: presence and providing space. Women who leave a mark on hearts do not resort to scandals or artificial mysteries, but radiate a simple and deep truth. They know who they are and are not afraid to show themselves to the world. They don't need anyone's love or attention because they have already found love for themselves. Genuine relationships begin with developing the most important relationship, the relationship with oneself. Women who leave a mark do not depend on the approval of others because they have already approved themselves. They understand that magnetism comes not from how others see you, but from how you see yourself. As the insightful Louise Hay asserted, self-love is not just a feeling, but a powerful catalyst for change, capable of radically improving the quality of life. It is a healing remedy that transforms not only the inner world, but also relationships with others. When a person consciously dedicates themselves to personal growth, takes care of their mental health, emotional well-being, and energy balance, they begin to radiate a light that cannot be ignored. It is important to understand that this is not about striving for unattainable perfection, but about a continuous process of evolution. People who attract special connections are distinguished not by trying hard to please, but by putting maximum effort into developing their authentic essence. It is this authenticity, this genuineness, that becomes the flame that ignites hearts. Women who have truly learned to value themselves will never desperately cling to relationships out of fear of loneliness. They realize that true love grows not from fear of loss, but from the free choice to be with someone each new day. They will not hold back someone who wants to leave, because they understand an important truth. What is real, what is genuine, stays close, not by coercion, but by free will. This is the true power of attraction, not in artificial efforts to impress and not in cunning strategies, but in naturalness. A deep attraction arises when the other person has space for independent decision-making, without pressure or imposed expectations. This is a truth that the human subconscious recognizes instinctively. When you stop trying to conform to someone's ideas of what you should be and simply start living according to your truth, real magic happens. You become a magnet, irresistible not because of your actions, but because of who you really are. The difference between someone who goes unnoticed and someone who leaves an indelible mark is not in the techniques of seduction, but in the courage to be yourself. Women who remain forever in a man's emotional memory achieve this not with loud words and not with games of conquest. They reach the depths of the soul, creating a space where a person can feel real. Without seeking to accelerate rapprochement, but also without avoiding it, they show a quiet courage, an emotional openness in which their strength lies. Any desire to control the natural course of events, to coerce or manipulate feelings, only erects impregnable walls. True love does not tolerate pressure. It is like a river, freely flowing and giving its waters. It is felt by every cell of the being. As Louise Hay stated, everything we give to the world returns to us in multiple measures. By giving freedom, we gain authenticity. By showing trust, we receive truth in return. True magic is born in moments when we allow ourselves to be ourselves, without armor, without false masks. This is not a set of techniques or secret tricks, but a deep understanding of the laws of the human soul and heart. Ultimately, the difference between a passerby and someone who leaves an indelible mark lies in their authenticity. When this truth penetrates our consciousness, an inner transformation occurs. We stop seeking approval, begging for love, and in this liberating act, we begin to attract people who not only notice our inner light, but also strive to stay close to learn more about it. Authenticity, sincerity, radiate a special energy that the human subconscious recognizes unmistakably. The real victory is not the thirst to be loved, but the inner confidence that true love will come without having to betray oneself and sacrifice one's essence. This is the main secret. Unforgettable women do not seek to impress. They simply live, remaining themselves. Not because it is part of a carefully crafted plan, but because their lives are permeated with such crystal authenticity that ignoring them becomes simply impossible. That is why, when the moment of farewell comes, mature individuals part with dignity, not succumbing to either resentment or a sense of humiliation. They are driven by an unwavering belief that they are freeing up space for something truly valuable, for something that is in perfect harmony with their current self. Letting go is not a sign of defeat, but a bold step towards new opportunities that align with your evolution. The persistent desire to hold on to what has lost its vitality, or to cling to a person whose views and values no longer coincide with yours, inevitably leads to the depletion of your life energy. However, when you stop the fruitless struggle with reality, when you accept the situation as it is and return to yourself, something incredible happens. You restore your inner strength. The energy previously scattered in anxious expectations and obsessive needs returns to you, and this energy has a magnetic effect. Your inner vibration changes, and with this change, what is in complete harmony with your true value begins to be attracted into your life. At this moment, the question of whether another person will choose you loses its relevance. Another question comes to the fore. Does this person reflect the love you dream of? Does he respect the woman you have become? If the answer does not sound like an unconditional yes, perhaps it is time to let go of the situation, trust the natural course of events, and allow life itself to lead you to what corresponds to your level. Ultimately, the real victory is not in holding on to someone at any cost, but in becoming such a self-sufficient and authentic person that the world and love themselves will gravitate towards you. One important truth should not be forgotten. It is not the one who persistently seeks attention who remains in memory, but the one who inspires. Often we are so focused on preserving a relationship, keeping it afloat at any cost, that we forget to ask ourselves the most important question. Does it bring me happiness? Does it nourish my soul? Or does it gradually deplete me? When someone doesn't value you, the issue isn't about how to make them see your worth, but why you are betraying yourself by trying to maintain that relationship. No connection, even the deepest, can fill the void that can only be filled from within. The main question isn't how to hold on to this person, but whether this connection reflects the type of love you want and deserve. And the answer often lies not in trying to change the other person, but in returning to yourself, redirecting your attention to your own well-being, your inner world, and your equilibrium. Every time you exhaust yourself trying to fit someone into your expectations, you lose touch with your inner strength. Treasure your energy as your most valuable possession. Reconnect with your dreams, your goals, with what ignites your soul. And as you become stronger from within, something amazing happens. Your energetic field changes, and this change transforms everything around you. This is the deepest secret that Louise Hay understood better than anyone. When you let go of a situation, you find yourself. Liberation through love, free from clinging and resentment, grants freedom not only to the other person, but more importantly to yourself. This act of liberation possesses incredible power, for you cease to be the woman begging for attention and become the one who clearly sees her own worth. In this self-discovery lies true magnetism. Often, it is in the moment of letting go, when you choose yourself, that the other person suddenly begins to notice what was previously overlooked. However, the most important thing here is not their realization, but what is revealed to you. Letting go is not just a gesture towards another. It is a sacred action directed at yourself. It is a declaration to the universe, I trust the flow of life. What is truly meant for you will not require coercion. Genuine love does not arise from fear of loss, but from a sense of peace, a certainty that what resonates with your essence will inevitably return. By releasing what does not bring harmony, you open space for new opportunities, whether it's a renewed relationship with the same person or meeting someone who perfectly matches your current self. Ultimately, the choice comes down to one thing: continue trying to control the uncontrollable, or reclaim the power that has always been within you. For what you seek is also seeking you. Working on your energy, self-esteem, and authenticity elicits a response from the universe, manifesting not only in new people, but also in experiences that reflect your elevated standards. Become the woman who isn't afraid to let go because she trusts. She trusts that what is real will remain, what is authentic will be recognized, and true love doesn't need to be chased, only shared. Trust yourself, your path, and most importantly, believe that what is meant for you will not have to be begged for or pursued. It will come softly but surely, in its own time. You deserve the best. Don't settle for less. When we stop wasting energy, fighting against what doesn't resonate with our soul, and allow ourselves to flow with what brings joy and fulfillment, a magical transformation occurs within us. This change affects all aspects of our lives, our self-perception, our relationships with others, and how the world perceives us. The time has come to ask ourselves a question filled with sincerity and determination. Are we ready to relinquish the persistent pursuit of what doesn't bring us recognition and respect, and begin the transformation into a woman who, by her mere presence, inspires, attracts admiring glances, and leaves an indelible mark on people's hearts? If your answer is yes, then don't postpone this important step. Start today by focusing all your attention on the most valuable treasure, yourself. For when we choose ourselves, everything else that aligns with our vibrations, that is authentic and created specifically for us, comes into our lives easily and naturally.